Hey, welcome everybody to another week of Clockwise Thoughts. I do want to say thank you once again for following along. If you like what you see, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell so you get more content and more updates on what we're doing. So, in kind of a sticky situation, and I'll admit I'm kind of in a sticky situation. Um, have you guys ever been in the middle of a workplace relationship? I say this because I've been in the middle of three of them. I'm currently trying to run away from one, but I've been in the middle of three. So I guess it's one of
Okay.
the things of how do you feel about workplace relationships? Like, are they good? Are they bad? Should you stay away from them? Does it make things sour, or can it be the place where you find your one? So we're gonna let Black Man start off with it this week. Black, what do you
Oh,
think of
wow.
workplace relationships?
Wow. We're gonna start with me first. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
In truth, I'm torn on this one. I'm seriously torn on this one. On the one hand, from my own business, I've never actually worked. I've never actually had women in the workplace. On a permanent basis. Some come and go, but never on a permanent basis. But for me, the job is it takes precedent, takes priority over everything to to achieve the level of service of satisfaction. Distractions, they just don't go together. So things like that. Again, I've never been in a workplace where there really were women on the norm, but I've always tried to keep it. I guess you could say as professional as as possible. With that being said, though, this is why I'm torn. Technically, my parents met while working, and my baby brother met his wife. They've been married like 11 years, four beautiful children at work. So I've seen situations where it does blossom into something beautiful. But me personally, I feel professionalism in the workplace is a must, and especially when you're in any form of the service industry. So those type of situations, just for me, I couldn't put myself in it.
Okay. I mean, I get it, but I don't think it's more so. Well, not more so, but I don't think it's really putting yourself in it if if something like that comes along. It's not like you're going to work like, yeah, I'm gonna find that one that I want and I'm gonna make her mine. It's winter, so it's cuffing season. I'm gonna cuff me one and I'm gonna hold on to her. It's not like that. It's not like you are going out and you're actively pursuing. It's just one of those things that kind of happens. Like if you work in the service industry, like getting a tip. You don't work for a tip, you just kind of get a tip. Like they're like, hey, you're kind of nice. This is for you. And like you said, something beautiful blossoms. Yeah, it could be beautiful, or it could be one of those things where you dread going to work each and every day because you burnt the bridge and your supervisor's looking at you like, I hate you. So you're going to work 90 hours a week because of
Mm.
the relationship with your supervisor. And you're like, oh, oh.
Well,
Mm.
that workplace relationship you should have worked on, apparently.
Hey, you can't be perfect at everything you do.
This
You
is
can't,
true.
you know?
But I mean, even in that scenario, like, okay, in that form of the food service industry, and I'm sorry, Scott, I'm going to let you in a second. But say you're a server,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, and you spark up a conversation with, a table that you're working at. You know what I mean? Now, I get where that could lead into something, but at the same time, again, me personally, I kind of feel it to be taboo to try and, you know, uh, I guess you can say engage in personal time while on company time.
But you see, but that's different. It's I'm thinking more so with workplace relationships, not customers coming and going, but with your immediate coworkers.
No,
It's
no, no. I understand that. I'm just saying from my perspective because I do deliveries, so I run into people all day, every day.
right, but see that would be different. You know
Yeah,
that's not necessarily a workplace relationship. Like, so I'm an admissions advisor, right? And I work in a pretty big office area, in the open office. Something like that where I have to see my coworker or
yeah.
my significant other every day, and everybody knows. And then if something happens, you know, and the work environment then becomes toxic because one of us can't stand to see the other person. So
Oh,
that's kind of where I'm getting at, and what I'm thinking about it. Like I said, I've been in the middle of a couple of them, and I'm trying to run away from one of them to make sure it doesn't happen. For
yeah, I can understand that.
one of those numbers. I don't know, for one
I
of
hear
the.
you, Booker T. Go
I was
ahead.
about to say, I'm wondering why Scout's over there laughing like he got something that he wants to add.
Yeah, Scout. So how do you feel about it? Do you think they're cool? Do you think it's one of those things you should be wary about, or?
Okay. I'm gonna say this. I feel that you cannot put a time nor place on when you gonna start feeling or catching feelings with somebody,
Okay.
because I've been through, work relationships, whole entire deal. Some good, some bad, never made the case may be. But that's something out of your control. The reason why I'm laughing is because you never want to fully admit, I guess from the male perspective, the guys never fully want to admit, hey, even though I work with this person, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And I found her at work. We'll give all these different excuses. Hey man, where'd you meet her at? Oh, well, I was out, stuff like where she worked. Man, she got a job down, at the place. We'll divert all the time instead of just saying what it is. Women, on the other hand, what I've noticed from it, it works two ways. Either they're going to catch feelings and they feel you and they're going to tell you, or one is going to happen and it's a messed up breakup, and then they going to burn the given god doggone ground that you walk on and probably crucify you with the ground.
This is true.
So it's like rolling the dice. But I'm not going to say it's a good or bad thing. It depends on the people. You can never say when you're going to meet that other person or whatever else. So all I will say is, don't look at it as a bad thing or a shot in the dark. Take it for what it is. You already know this person has a job. You know where they work. You've seen their work ethic. Okay, that's all on your pro list. If you're a man or a female, got a job, works good, he got advanced, he's tracking, doing whatever else, or vice versa. She's doing good. She wants to be the VP, whole entire deal. Great.
Hmm.
Build on that. Don't just shoot it down. If you can make it work, build on it. But on the other hand, it's not for everybody. But still, if it's for you and it falls into your lap and you want to explore, hey man, do your thing. Explore it. See where it goes. But, it's always a but. Be very careful and cautious mind sense, as my grandmother would say, because it's that go back to that old saying: once you burn the bridge, you can't go back. So you have to be careful in that situation. Other than that, nah, I'll see. Do what you do.
Yeah, now I'm gonna be the contrarian and say I don't think it's a good idea. I don't.
And okay, why is that?
You
Because
speak from it. You because
three.
he speaks from experience. That's why.
But it's I've always been taught you you don't excrement where you eat. So
Okay,
it's one of those
Or
things.
sleep.
Yeah, that too. That too. Yes, yes. You don't excrement where you sleep either. They're same thing, same thing. Two different things, same thing. But you don't want to put yourself in a situation where that bridge can be burnt. I mean, I'll be honest. I
Hmm.
am a magician at mending bridges. No matter how many I burn, I can burn the city of Chicago down and mend all my bridges because I'm good like that. But I'm not going to put myself in a situation or a predicament where my job comes into question. That
Hmm.
other person's job comes into question, but more so, everybody looks at me as if I affected their work somehow, some way, some shape, some form. Because you're not
Mm.
going to put it on me. It's not going to be, well, redid XYZ to whoever, whatever, whatever, and her work she's fallen off or has fallen off, and this whole team is now down because she's not doing her job. No, that's not me.
Mm-mm.
My work is still good. My team is still fine. Whatever issues that she has isn't related to me at this point in time. So, I don't think it's cool. I do understand that you might meet that person, and you can't say no. I'm not gonna meet nobody because this, that, and the third. Everything works how it's supposed to work, but I won't pursue it even if that person is supposed to be there. I'll probably wait until I get fired or quit, or they get fired and quit, and then
Yeah.
because it's no longer a workplace relationship. Yeah, you may have seen sparks and embers, but you ain't got no kindling in there to make those sparks and embers actually, grow up into a flame. So once
Uh,
again, me, I say no. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's right because I don't want anybody to mess with my money and I don't want to mess with theirs, is what it comes down to in the long run and the end of the game.
yeah.
But once
yeah,
again,
hold on, not so fast, Mister Reed, not so fast. So you
Bring
telling
it
me,
back.
you telling me, you would bypass your blessing and try to wait until that person leaves when she right in front of you, who's willing, who now hear me out first, who is willing to take you from being a good man, outstanding man than what you are right now, to being that better top-notch man, and to where both y'all can grow together.
yeah, just
You
not at
trying
the
to tell me you gonna bypass that?
yeah, just not at the same company. Like I said, I will either
Yeah.
quit or get fired and then pursue it.
Listen, I'm a contractor. Yeah. My blessing's my paycheck. I ain't trying to forsake that for anything. I got a son to feed. Simple as that.
Like, yeah, man, I can always find.
Listen, I understand that, I get that, but y'all two trying to tell me y'all would bypass a blessing in a person who will talk to you about your fears, have your back on your goals, and want to see the wheels ride off. That type of person.
Will
You
this
trying to tell me you gonna walk by that person?
will this person get me another job right away? Because
well,
no, no, honestly,
well, even
this is
well, even with that being said, even with that being said, if that's the person you do come across, Scout, I believe if you can explain your perspective, if you know what I mean, if I can explain this perspective and she can respect that, then
Mm.
maybe that'll tell me what the blessing is. But you know what I mean? It's not something that I would be open about, or I don't believe she would be open about. Again, in my line of work, it's a little bit different. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I'm in, hey, how you doing? Drop, going. I'm out.
Hmm.
So you know what I mean. And in that type of situation, you're going to a location multiple times in a week. Yeah, everything is all fine and dandy when everybody's in the flowers and blah blah blah. But when that fallout, if that fallout occurs, yeah, I'm with Reed. You messing up your money and her money potentially.
Yeah, man. Like, if she can help me get another job right away, then cool. Let's see
But
what happens.
okay, I still disagree because the reason why I disagree is what's the root of all evil?
Of course.
Money,
Evil.
right? Money, right?
No,
Yeah,
no, it's not.
okay,
Read Genesis.
It may not be. It may not be the. It may be the root of all evil, but as the shirt says, it doesn't sleep either. So
okay. But also with that though, you're trying to tell me that someone got that type of caliber aspect who want to guard you from your fears. Like I said, walk with you, talk with you. You connect great on a personal level, whole deal. Y'all's interest is aligned. Great chemistry, all that. Y'all gonna push that person to the left. And I'm just saying for the single people, yeah, y'all gonna
well,
just hit
not.
for him like you Marshawn. And
The,
But that's what. But that's
did
what I'm saying. If she can respect the fact of, if she can respect the fact that I'm not trying to jeopardize, what I'm saying, my employment and or her employment. If she can respect that, then that in itself would lead to whatever, what have you. But initially, from the onset, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be trying to do that.
yeah, and it's remember, I'm I say don't do it. I say don't mess up a good thing. A better thing may come across. I get it. That better thing may be Selma Hayek and Alicia Keys all rolled into one. And I'm like, man, this is perfect. This is what I need in life. But we work at the same place. I can't I can't risk it. I can't risk this job. I can't risk my career. I can't risk yours. Yeah, it may sound funny, or it's like, nah, man, that's cool. Some people may even say, man, that's right, that's cool, that's cool. Maybe some females, look and be like, he's right. He has a wonderful way of thinking. That is so wonderful, and I wish all other guys thought that way. No, I'm just saying I don't want to mess up my money and your money, so we can either make this work on, you find another job, I find another gig, or it just doesn't happen. But I honestly will say that I don't think it's a good idea. Workplace relationships, no, because you're not just messing with your money, you're messing with their money if everything turns up sour. And I don't like sour wine, so I don't like sour grapes.
I'm not a gambler myself, so I'm not a fan of trading. I'm not a fan of trading certain money for uncertain money in that respect.
Boy,
okay, so it boils down to about the money.
yeah, because that's
Oh,
part. That,
okay,
and I'll
okay.
be that's part of it.
Oh, okay, sir. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. If y'all honestly looking at the bottom line is that dollar line, y'all wrong. Because a good person, male or female, will never be concerned about that bottom line that's a dollar sign.
You're right. A good person.
Well, hold on.
Go
Just
ahead.
hear me. Just
Go
hear me
ahead.
out. That good person, whoever it may be, male or female, will accept you and cherish you if you got $1 in your pocket or you got 10 million in your bank account. They
But
ain't there. Hold on. Let me finish. They ain't there for the money. They're there for 100% for you. And the reason why I say this, like I said before, I went through work relationships and everything, stuff like that. Some good, some bad, whatever else. But that person that will hold you down no matter what, don't put them in the same category as the person that you think won't respect your dollar sign.
See,
Because
that's not
they on a different level.
that's not
Even though you may see them at the workplace, they on a different level because their bottom line, no matter what, good, bad, ugly, messed up, happy, or sad, is 100% you.
okay. So even with that being said, looking at the bottom line, and it's not the bottom line because Stone Cold said so and all that, or The Rock, whoever said.
Hmm.
That's the fact of the matter is you don't want to put somebody in a situation where it affects them. Either it's their bottom line, your bottom line, mentally, emotionally, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say no to workplace relationships because all of that's a factor. This person may love you and your soul and your energy, and when they look at you, you can be as radiant as the sun to them. But you still have to keep in mind that things go south. And when they go south fast. And it may just not be the bottom line, the dollar sign is being affected. It could be their health, which is being affected from this falling out. It could be their mental state. There there are other aspects about workplace relationships that people don't take into account. And that's
True.
why I'm like, don't do it because there are different nuances for everything that you have to be aware of. You have to be aware of your job and your supervisor and their supervisor, not just your
Hmm.
mental, emotional, and physical state, but theirs at the same time. And then all of your coworkers around you, you have to be aware of all of that. And just that alone is taxing mentally, physically, emotionally. For all you know, you can end up with an ulcer and be in a hospital with pneumonia in the middle of the summer because you're so worried about everything that's going on, even though you have your Princess Leia or your Mary Jane, your Jean Grey, whoever it is, you may have your A1, you may have your ace with you. But if those nuances are even off slightly, everything goes downhill and it goes downhill fast. So once again, I'll say it honestly. I don't think workplace relationships are cool. I do understand they work. I've seen them work. Like Nick said, Black said, he's seen it work. They've been beautiful. They've been miraculous. But some of them aren't cool. They're toxic. And
True.
once you understand that they're toxic, and it's not toxic in a bad way, but it's really just being toxic because of everything that you have to worry about and focus about to make sure this thing works, then you can honestly say, yo, I can't do it, or I need to find another job so we can make this work. Because then you won't have to worry about what everybody thinks. Because then you have that separation and then you're able to grow.
Hmm.
It can start at the workplace.
Hold on. You said something interesting right there. You said caring about what everybody else thinks.
Yeah. Because
Why should you care about what somebody else care, what they think about your happiness?
It's not really a
It
matter of
boils
what they
back
think
to
about your happiness.
that's what I'm saying though. It boils back to them three F's. If you don't feed me, finance me, you can, you know,
right. But remember, it's a workplace relationship.
right.
You're worried you're interacting with all these different people, so you're worried about what they're saying and you're not worried about it, but you're taking all those nuances in because once
You
again
have to.
it's your significant other at the time, it's you guys as supervisors, it's their supervisors, it's all of your
It's
coworkers.
their, yeah, it's the coworkers. It's the
Yes,
HR department that gets involved when
yes,
somebody looks at a certain interaction or a certain exchange and is like, I don't think that's appropriate for the business world or the business place. So I mean, to a degree, those are the type of situations you do have to take into account. Funny, again, with what I do. situation happened about 4 or 5 years ago. We just gonna call the man G. Well, apparently at one of the stops, a customer, him and the receptionist, I guess, developed some sort of a relationship. Not even sure how long it lasted. Long story short, it went south, as you alluded to, real fast, real far, to the point where they're literally in an argument, a shouting match at her job, which is at the front desk. So you have everyone in the office who can hear this. And then when the supervisor comes out, you're literally in an argument with the delivery guy. You know what I mean? That you've destabilized the entire office at the moment over some personal thing that should have never made its way into the workplace. Subsequently, I mean, needless to say, she was fired, and subsequently he was fired. But it's those type of situations, at least again in my industry, that you're trying to avoid. That's what you're trying to avoid, and you know, heaven forbid, you have a customer, because some customers we service, you know, routinely, maybe 2-3 times a week or what have you. You know, you don't want to be in a situation where, you know, it's some innocent flirting, and then next thing you know, her supervisor or her coworker sees it and then reports to the supervisor. Now her position may not even be so much yours, but now her position could be in jeopardy. You know what I mean? You don't want to be the reason the lady gets, you know, terminated.
Right. So basically you saying business and personal.
Yeah, that's
as rough as it sounds, you have to, because in the workplace, what are you expected to display other than professionalism?
Yeah, you're expected to perform. You know, I mean, I understand it, man. I get both sides of the coin.
Yeah, it's not saying that you can't, you know, it can't be done, but realistically, it's just more.
It's messy.
It's more expected to be you know, to be focused on the professional aspect of it. I mean, hey, there's some situations where it's like, okay, you guys clock out together, leave in the same vehicle, came to work, clock in, and it's like y'all almost total strangers. I mean, it's, again, the main point to focus in on, you want to remain professional in your workplace.
Right. I mean, yeah, see, me and Nick are on the same page. You just the outlier. You're like, yeah, it could work. Just do it. Like Nike. Like the Nike logo on your shirt. Just do it, and everything will be fine.
No,
no.
Like legitimate question, legitimate question, real quick. I'm sorry to even cut in. Have either of you had a situation in school where there were teachers who were married in the school?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You know that person is married. You know who they're married to. Happened to me in middle school, where the husband was my math teacher and the wife was my English teacher.
Yeah.
But
mine was in high school.
You know what I mean?
My
there's
history, and then my history teacher sophomore year, and then it was my English teacher my junior year. They were married. They kept their maiden last names though, to kind of throw people off, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
I guess where I'm part of a different breed, my people didn't care, not one bit.
That's because you older.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the older us is the older generation. Me, my people, we don't know, bro. But I ain't got time for that, because I look at it like this. You can go do your business. We can work the same job. You go do your business, cool. I'm gonna go do mine. It don't have to cross, not one bit. We can even ride in the same car to work, not a problem. Mm-hmm. When it's time to punch in, you do your thing, I'm gonna do mine. I'll see you at lunch. We'll go from there. No ifs, no ands. It's just that older mentality of, we know what the bottom line is. Yo, one check is not better than 2 checks. So let's keep it as we got 2 sources of income. But I understand what y'all saying. because I've left the job and been like, all right, look, I'm gone. You do whatever. I'm gonna still do this, and I'll holler at you. I understand that point of view, but then again, I also understand the other one. I, I don't care. Because I tell the supervisor, hey, I have told the supervisor, do it look like I care? We being professional, no ifs, no answers. You can't tell me who I can take my lunch with. And if you don't like it, oh, don't even worry about it. You see these lovely rules on the board that you're saying that I don't read that has an EO complaint. Okay, that'll be filed on you because you're trying to harass me. Like no, I'm not worried about it. And I guess that's just the older generation because, you know, we, okay.
But I don't even think that's an older generation thing. You know, it's you basically just echoed what we echoed. You know, what we said. You know, when I'm like, hey, I can always find another job or something like that, or you can. But you're just talking about it being in the same company, but in two different departments. So your jobs are different.
Oh
Your
no, I was talking about the same company, the same department, just different jobs in the department. And I've also did it with working in the same department, doing the same job, and nothing never flew off of nothing.
See, again, for me, I've been a contractor going on 15, 16 years now. So, like I said, for me, it's a little bit different because there isn't like, I'm out and about all day. Basically, you know what I mean? I'm in my office. You guys know what I mean. So there's never really been a situation where you're really interacting with female coworkers, at least on, in the world that I'm in.
right.
So I think it's a little bit easier for me because it's not something that I've ever actually realistically experienced. But at the same time, again, where my job is pretty much mostly service, um, you don't wanna jeopardize your income.
No, hey, I'm on that page with you. Look, man, I've been in the restaurant industry. I've been in retail, regular customer service, security industry. You know, I've done a few different things. I've been in a few different places, but in all those industries, the issue has always come up. It may not
Mm,
have always been with me. It may have been with other coworkers, other managers, whatever it is. And I see it. It gets messy. It gets very messy, and it jeopardizes
mhm.
everything. I mean, there are times where it can work. You know, there are times where I it worked for me perfectly. You know, and nobody was the wiser.
Yeah,
But I've seen it burn and
discretion.
quickly. You know, like Alfred said in Batman and the Dark Knight. Some people just want to see the world burn. I've seen the world burn. I've
Hmm?
seen it. I'd see, I've seen it. I've seen what happens when it goes south, and when it goes south quickly. You know,
Well, in a lot of jobs that they're in the bylaws in the handbook that says no inter-office relationships. I'm just saying.
in big bold letters, don't do
Mhm.
it. But as Americans, we don't read anyway, so nobody's.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
but once again, when it goes south quickly. But
Mhm.
when it works, it works, and it really
It'll
works.
be the greatest thing.
Yeah, I get both sides of it. But once again, me personally, don't do it. Don't do it. To quote
Yeah.
Pharrell, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, but
I'm pretty sure you need your income, I need mine, so let's let's just try to keep this professional.
yeah, Scout, and I get you. I agree with you. Two incomes are better than one. Hey,
Without question.
no ifs, no hands, no buts. But once again, I will not jeopardize one income and
For the
in a
possibility of
two incomes work.
not trading certain money for uncertain money.
Yeah. And I like to gamble. Oh,
I'm,
trust me. I like,
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
but there are some.
I think I got bad luck, so I don't do that. I don't try to leave things up to chance.
No, there's just some things I won't gamble on. Like if I could go back in time, I won't, gamble on the Bulls losing. That's dumb. Um, I wouldn't gamble on Kobe and his titles. That's dumb. There are just some things that
Kobe
that
being Bryant was
yeah, but there are just some
may he
things,
rest in peace.
with workplace relationships that aren't worth the crapshoot.
Yeah.
Trust me, because if I get one roll and you tell me I get snake eyes on that roll, nope, nope. I'd rather shoot my point. You know, five, cool. All right, 5'9", 6'8". I know I got to make my point.
Well, again, Scout, like I said, I understand your perspective. A blessing, you don't get very many of them in life. Hell, they say you only get three great women. So I completely understand where you're coming from. I completely understand it. And like I've said, if she is that one, then I believe my point of view she can respect. And if she can, then maybe I don't actually miss the blessing. You know what I mean?
True. But you only miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Well, I mean,
No, you can miss 100% of the shots that you do take. You could just be terrible.
oh,
You act like trash don't exist. Garbage is garbage is garbage for a reason. I'm just saying.
yeah, I was gonna say you can't miss a shot if you don't get the ball passed to you. So
Oh,
that saying is incorrect. But just to sum it up, scout workplace relationships, yay, nay, and why?
like I said, I've been through good and bad. I'm still gonna say it depends on the person and the opportunity of how they see fit, and I'm a firm believer of that. You just cannot say. I'm not gonna say don't respect the person's boundaries or rules that they have that you know and go on, but if you do dabble in that and stuff like that, man, I wish you the best. Who am I to set up here to judge you to say that you won't find happiness in it? So I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna may God bless
Okay,
At least that's positive.
black workplace relationships, good, bad, and why?
Honestly, I feel and I'm not trying to say this to down talk anybody or anything. I just feel like the more responsible thing to do is to honor your workplace. You know what I mean? You know, business doesn't necessarily go with pleasure anyway. So, you know what I mean? I prefer to keep the two separate.
Yet equal. Okay, I
Mm.
got you. I got you. So I guess it's gonna be one go and then two no goes.
you.
Um,
That's-
it's, it's one go and two no goes.
Hey, man.
Like once again, man, I do believe that they can work. I've seen it. Black man has seen it. Scout has seen it. But I've seen them crash and burn. Crash and
I,
burn. Sorry, getting my words mixed up. More than I've seen them succeed. So
hey, I've also seen the dude link up with homegirl at the office, and let's just say it was less than spectacular, and the entire office knew about it.
see, don't do it.
I mean,
Don't
like,
do it. Don't do it. Because
I'm just saying,
you
like,
have to worry about any.
bad news it travels fast.
Hey man, there's too much to worry about, man. Like I'm gonna be honest. Don't do it.
I'm sorry.
It's not
You
worth your career.
saying that, I'm like Bernie Mac. I don't give a if you talk about me. What?
Don't.
Oh,
Thank you.
I don't care.
Yeah,
All right.
you say that you say that because you don't have the nickname Two Cycle Engine.
On that note,
Two strokes.
on that
Two
note,
strokes.
I will say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this.
Turning. Yeah, the messed him all the way up.
The piston got stuck.
Thank you for tuning in this week to Clockwise Thoughts. Remember, a clock is only right twice a day. Why not be right all the time? We'll catch you next time as a clock turns and resets on Clockwise Thoughts.
Good night, everybody.